Hello everyone, this is Calvin Castine. We're at the Lester M. Rock Memorial Field at the West Plattsburgh American Legion. We're here on this Thursday evening, the 23rd of August, my daughter Danielle's 9th birthday. We're not here for her birthday party, we're here for action in the Adirondack Slow Pitch League A Division semifinals. Scott McCormick starts the ball game with a fly ball to Jim Davison. The custom canvas at bat, Ubald Sunoco in the field. Best of 5 series. Custom canvas leading 2 games to nothing. And the Ubald's team has been unique. The first one in this year of the no-hitter, they were almost no-hit. This is Jim Wood. With 2 outs in the 7th, Jim Davison singled for the only hit of the ball game for Ubalds as they lost 9-0. So they almost joined the list of no-hit teams this year, and Art Guerin almost joined the list of no-hit pitchers. Kelly Dragoon with a nice running grab comes over and catches the ball between shortstop Randy Davison and left fielder Mark Tatro. 2 down, and brings up Keith Rayal, who started his personal ball game last night with a home run in the bottom of the first. And that got 2 on the scoreboard for custom canvas. Alan Babby delivers. In the top of the inning, Ubalds would come out with 5 runs. Custom got 2 back in the bottom of the inning. After 2.5, Ubalds led 9-2. And then going into the 7th inning, they were trailing 14-9, so they gave up 12 consecutive runs to the custom canvas team. Ended up losing 14-11. Jim Davison catches for the 3rd out, but that was not the biggest come from behind loss in the big leagues last night. The Dodgers managed to blow an 11-1 lead and lose to the Phillies. So last night was a come from behind night, and the Ubalds was just following suit, I guess, and losing coming from behind. They were following the Dodgers while the custom canvas team was doing the Phillies part. No score. We're going to the bottom half of the first. At top of the first inning, I think, was a big inning for Ubalds. I think if custom canvas had come out and gotten 4 or 5 runs to start the festivities, this game would have been over. But they held custom canvas scoreless, and now if they can push a couple across, they'll get a little confidence, and they have just the right guys stepping up to do that. Jerry Davison, a leadoff single. He'll be followed in the batting order by his brothers Randy Davison and Jim Davison. And then Ben Haley, Jeff Roselle, Mark Tatro, Kelly Dragoon, Rick Garso, Frenchie Babby, and Alan Babby. This is Randy Davison, the shortstop. Umpires today are Jim Barron behind the plate and Mike Brannon on the bases. That's in for a strike. Art Guerin delivers. Alan Facette behind the plate for custom canvas. At first base is Gary Facette. Second base, Scott McCormick. Shortstop is Jim Wood. Third base, Steve Chris. In the outfield, that's hit deep. Keith Rayal grabs. Jerry Davison tags and goes to second. In the outfield, we have Glenn Facette, Keith Rayal, Brian Foster, and Mark Rayal. 1 out. And Jim Davison, the batter now. Guerin delivers, strike 1. Ben Haley moves on deck. Ubalds already has Dan Phillips absent for the rest of this series. He's in Florida. Jerry Davison comes home, scores on Jim Davison's single, and it's 1-0 Ubald. Phillips is not here for the remainder of the series. And I guess Kyle Castine is otherwise occupied tonight. He's the usual second baseman, so they're down to just 10 players. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in. Bottom of the first. Haley takes it deep. Jeff Roselle waiting on deck. The winner of this series plays the winner of Norm Baker and Sons and Legion Post 16-19 series. Line shot to Chris, 2 down. Norm Baker and Son leading 2-1 in that series. Jeff Roselle steps in. Mark Tatro waiting on deck. Guerin delivers. Strike 1. Strike 2. Ubald's looking for the arc.
That's right, you got no limit. We're the only ones with a limit.
Ball gets loose, throw's going to come to third, going to be off the mark. It stays in play, and Chris tracks it down. But on the throw going to third, Roselle's able to go to second, so we have runners at second and third. 2 ducks on the pond for Mark Tatro.
Come on, Mark! Hit the ball like you can, Mark. Get the pitch you like it right at him.
Tatro runs up on it, hits it to left field. Glenn Fassett grabs. 1 run for Ubald. It's 1-0. We're going to the top of the second. Third baseman Steve Chris will lead off the top of the second. There's a strike. Art Guerin and Dan Caron to follow. Babby's pitch is deep, 1-1. Defensively for Ubalds, Alan Babby is pitching. Behind the plate is Rick Garceau. At first base, Frenchie Babby. Second base, Ben Haley. Shortstop, Randy Davison. Third base, Jerry Davison. Foul ball. Left field, Mark Tatro. Left center field, Kelly Dragoon. Right center field, Jim Davison. And in right field, Jeff Roselle. Following Chris, Guerin, and Caron is Brian Foster, Glenn Fassett, Mark Rayel. There's a hard hit ball to short. 1 hopper to Davison. He fires to Frenchie Babby for out number 1. Brian Foster, Glenn Fassett, Mark Rayel, Alan Fassett, and Gary Fassett. This is Art Guerin, the pitcher.
Come on, Eddie.
Just misses outside, ball 1. That's it deep to left. Tatro going back, it's gone. A home run, we're tied. Art Guerin has tied the ball game. It's 1-1. And he touches the plate. Batter now, Dan Caron. Takes it inside, ball 1. Strike, 1-1. Brian Foster on deck. 1 out in the top of the second. 1-1 the score. That's a lot of arc. Strike. Up the middle, Caron hitting well. I believe he's made just 1 out in this series. He'll settle for the single. Brings up Brian Foster. Brian obviously expecting rain. Probably knows something the weatherman doesn't. Foster lofts it to right center. Jim Davison has to barely budge. 2 down. Brings up the left fielder Glenn Facette. Takes strike 1 from Babby. Hit to Randy Davison, goes to Haley. It's 1-1. We're going to the bottom half of the second. All tied up.
Kelly! You and Ricky! Come on, Kelly, you know how, buddy, you know how!
Kelly Dragoon hits it back to Art Guerin for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. Brings up Rick Garso. He'll be followed by Frenchie Babby. Ball 1. Strike 1. Dan Karen, who used to be the pitcher for this custom canvas team. He's coaching Art Guerin. It's inside. Dan lost his job, I think, the night he walked 11 batters. There's a strike. Guerin has been in there since and doing a fine job. Chris. Garso will reach. And error on Chris. Although the ball popped out of Gary Facette's glove, it was a low throw. Chris made a look what I've got catch at third. Seemed to take a bad hop on him, then fired to first. Frenchie Babby hits it to Brian Foster. 2 down. That brings up the pitcher Alan Babby.
Come on, Al.
He singles up the middle. Gets it to the top of the order. Jerry Davison. He scored the only run of the game thus far for Ubalds. But we're only in the bottom of the second. 1-1. Up the middle, Wood will go to second to McCormick. Nothing across for the Sunoco men in the second. We're going to the third. 1-1 the score. Mark Riel will start things in the top of the third. Alan Facette on deck, Gary Facette to follow him. Hit back to Alan Babby, goes to Frenchie Babby, 1 down. Glenn Facette, the batter. That's short. It's a base hit. Brings up the first baseman and team manager, Gary Bags Facette. Babby checks his defense. And delivers. Outside, ball one. Ball two.
Come on, back, D.
Strike. Hit to Haley. Goes to Davison at second for the Force. Facette reaches on the field, loose choice. And brings up Scott McCormick. Lofted high to left field. Tatro grabs. It stays 1-1 as we go to the bottom half of the third.
Lead off batter, Randy. You're the big man, first man on.
Randy Davison will start the bottom of the third. With Custom Canvas being up 2-0 in a best-of-5 series, it probably goes without saying that should Custom Canvas win this game, the series is over. So Ubalds, with their backs to the wall, have to win 3 in a row. They were the #1 team in the league this year in the A division. This is A division playoffs. Randy Davison drives it into right center. For a leadoff single. Brings up Jim Davison. Custom Canvas finished 4th, 2 games behind Ubalds. Very tight race in the A division of the Adirondack League. 5 teams within 2.5 games. In fact, Norm Baker and Sons were tied with Ubald Sunoco, and due to head-to-head competition, Ubalds was awarded first place. That's by McCormick for a base hit. Randy Davison will go into third. Jim Davison will stop at first. We have runners on the corners, nobody out for Ubalds.
4 for 4, Benny. Just like last night, Benny.
Batter now, Ben Haley.
Benny, just like last night now, Benny.
Darren delivers. Hits the back of the mat, strike one. Jeff Roselle on deck. Ball. Deep to left. Glenn Facette back at the fence and catches. Scores a run. Davison moves up to second, and Randy Davison scores. It's now 2-1, 1 out. With Jim Davison in scoring position, Jeff Roselle steps in.
I ain't seen you excited. Get excited. Come on, Jeff.
At short, ball one. Mark Tatro waiting on deck. Popped up. Gary Facette over, no. Good, a nice attempt.
Dig in. Rosie, what's that tell you? Taking your eye off when you make the contact. Make the contact first. Come on, Rosie! No doubt now, Jeff. No doubt now, Jeff.
Foster grabs. Davison will not be able to advance. Throw gets away at third, but Davison has to stay at second. Batter now, Mark Tatro.
Come on, Mark. Take your time up there.
2 outs. That's short. Kelly Dragoon on deck. Strike.
Need it, Mark, like you've been doing. Good eye.
Ball 2.
Yeah! Get out.
Foul ball.
Go right after it. Concentrate.
Art Guerin delivers. Petro hits it through the middle. Jim Davison's going to try to score. Here's the throw. Gets away. And Tatro's going to go to the third. Here's the throw to third. He is safe. 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 He is safe. Brennan right on top of the call. That one could have gone either way, but Tatro called safe at third. The throw should not have come to the plate. Didn't have a much of a good chance of getting Davison. But I think Custom thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game, so the throw came to the plate. And with Kelly Dragoon coming up, Tatro at third, 2 outs, 3-1 to score. Bottom of the third. Guerin delivers. Way short, ball one. Rick Garso waiting on deck. Inside. Ball 2. Strike, 2-1. It's through the left side, base hit. Gets away, but ball got away toward the center field line, so Dragoon. Alan Babby doing his custom canvas impersonation.
Come on, Ricky!
Rick Garso, batter now. Strike 1. 4-1 to score. That's deep. Frenchie Babby on deck. There's a flared hit to right field. Real picks it up. Throw comes to the cutoff, and Kelly Dragoon races into third. For the moment, the Ubald's team is one that's fired up. And custom canvas uncharacteristically quiet. Frenchie Babby, the batter. Strike 1. Ball, 1-1. Alan Babby on deck. Ball 2. Ball 3. Walk would load him up for the pitcher. To left field, Glenn Facette has a bead, he grabs.
Okay, we got 3. Come on, guys.
It's 4-1. We're going to the top of the 4th. Ubald's leading custom canvas.
Come on, Ricky. Come on, baby.
Shortstop Jim Wood. Waiting off the top of the 4th. 4-1 to score. Babby delivers. Just misses inside. Strike 1. On the ground to Jerry Davison. Fires to Frenchie Babby. 1 out. Brings up Keith Riel. Slow bouncer. Davison's going to have to hurry. He has him. Nice play by the third sacker, Jerry Davison. I believe that's his baby down there. At least it's baby is sitting in his wife Teresa's lap, and he has a baby about that age, so I would assume that one is his. All babies look alike to me. Steve Chris takes ball 1-1. Foul. Chris steps back in. Babby delivers. Chris lines it into left field for a base hit, 2-out single. And it brings up the man who got the only run of the game on the scoreboard for Custom Canvas. The pitcher, Art Guerin. Guerin homered. His only time up there, ball one from Babby. That's a base hit. Bill comes to second. Chris goes to third, and the man who is hitting the ball extremely well in this series, Dan Caron. His only out in this series was a line drive shot back to Babby that Babby caught in flight. But he's hit well, and he hits up the middle. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Tying run at the plate for Custom Canvas. Strike one from Alan Babby. And another hit for Karen. It's a 4-2 ball game. Tatro bobbles, but Guerin the second will stay there. Favreau will courtesy run for Karen. Brian Foster.
Come on now, baby!
Gary Facette was going to put Dale Favreau in as a pinch runner. Foster hits it back to Babby, over to Frenchie Babby. But he was already running as a courtesy runner. So he didn't have to make that move. 4-2 after 3.5. We're halfway through this ball game.
Come on, Alan. Help him out, Alan.
The pitcher, Alan Babby, will be followed by the top of the order as we start the bottom half of the fourth. 4-2 the score. Rael grabs and right, we have 1 down. Top of the order now, Jerry Davison. Ball one. Strike, 1-1. Foster grabs, we have 2 outs. Brings up Randy Davison.
Come on, Randy, stay hard, Randy. Get down.
Mark Rael makes a great catch for Custom Canvas. After 4 full, the score, Ubald 4, Custom Canvas 2. We're going to the 5th. Glenn Facette watches it land short, ball 1. Top of the 5th. Babby delivers. Strike, 1-1. Mark Rael on deck. Tatro, 1 down. Brings up the rat, Mark Rael. That's going to drop in. Jim Davison throws a strike to second. Rael wisely stays at first. Potential tying run at the plate, Alan Fassett. Gary Fassett on deck. There's a pitch from Babby. That's a base hit. Potential tying run has moved to second base. And Gary Fassett, the batter. A single would probably tie the ball game here in the fifth. Canvas men now are fired up. And a pitch from Babby. Jim Davison under it. Throw will go to third. It's a 4-3 ball game as Rael scores, and the throw keeps Fassett at second. Top of the order now, Scott McCormick, the second baseman. Pitch from Babby is swung on. Line shot back to Alan Babby. And he gobbles it up. It's still 4-3. Custom Canvas picks up a run. And going to the bottom of the fifth, Ubald leads by one. Jim Davison watches it land outside. Ball one. The number 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up here for Ubald's. Jim Davison, followed by Ben Haley and Jeff Roselle. That's a ball. Ball 3. 3-1. Just hit the back of the mat. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Hit to left center. They play him deep, so Glenn Fassett able to cut it off and hold him to 1. Davison with the leadoff single brings up Ben Haley. Haley 4 for 4 last night. Guerin delivers. Strike one. Roselle on deck. Tatro to follow. Ball just misses. 1-1. Under it. Rael grabs. No advance. 1 down. Jeff Roselle, the batter now.
Come on, Jeff. Don't get in the hole.
Roselle, usually a rope hitter. He's got under a few of them in this series. He's had a few pop-ups. Don't see him do that a lot. Strike one. Deep, 1-1. There's a hard hit ball by McCormick. I'll have to give McCormick an error, even though he didn't touch that. He should have gotten in front of it. But that type of a swing and that type of a hit ball is more typical of Jeff Roselle than the pop-ups. Mark Tatro steps in now. Kelly Dragoon on deck. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Ubald's up 4-3. We're in the bottom half of the fifth. This is semi-final action in the A division of the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. So 1-1. Popped up. Glenn Fassett grabs. Throw comes to third. No advance. 2 down and Kelly Dragoon, the batter.
Kelly, save him for me, Kelly. Save him for me, Kelly. Come on, Kelly. Come to me, Kelly.
Strike. Deep, 1-1. Rick Garceau on deck. Line shot, that's a base hit. Foster picks it up. Alan Facette dropped the ball. I think Varon was going to call Davison out. But Facette dropped the ball. Varon waited to see if he held onto it before making the call. Dragoon still at first. And Roselle at third. It's a 5-3 ball game. Runners at the corners for Rick Garceau.
Ricky, nobody better, buddy.
Ball. Frenchie Babby on deck. Ball. Ball. 3-0. Walk fills the bases for Babby. Strike one. Royale catches up with it in foul territory. And the score is 5-3 after 5 full. We're going to the top of the 6th with Ubald leading Custom Canvas. Jim Wood will 5-3, top of the 6th. Jim Wood hits it foul, strike one. Next pitch to Wood is swung on, fouled again, strike two. Strike three. Wood thought too much arc on it. Keith Riel, the batter. One down, 5-3, Ubald's leading. We're in the top of the 6th. Game 3, best of 5. Custom Canvas leading 2-0 in the series. Short ball. Right.
Come on now, hang in there!
Popped up. Ben Haley calling at second. 2 down. Brings up Steve Chris, the third baseman. Babby delivers. Chris pops it high. Randy Davison back in the outfield grass. 3 up, 3 down. Number 2, 3, and 4 hitters go down in order for Custom Canvas. We're going to the bottom of the 6th with Ubald leading 5-3. Frenchie Babby leading off the bottom half of the 6th. His team up by 2. Takes strike one. Ubald's hoping to send it to game 4 and eventually to game 5. Custom was hoping to get it over with tonight. Back to Guerin. Guerin goes to Gary Facette. We have 1 out. That brings up the pitcher, Alan Babby. There's a pitch to Babby. Popped up. Chris in foul territory. Squeezes it. 2 down.
Go, Stevie! Go, you guys!
Top of the order, Jerry Davison. And a pitch from Garin. Deep, ball one. Line shot off Garin's glove. Wood picks it up, fires to first in time. 3 up, 3 down for Ubald. We're going to the 7th inning with Ubald Sunoco leading Custom Canvas 5-3.
Here we go.
2 runs are not a lot in slow pitch, but all you need is 1 to win.
Come on, Bill, pack it up.
Custom Canvas down by 2. Art Garin leading off the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Alan Babby. Strike 1, says Jim Barron. 5-3 the score. Too much art. 1-1. Come on, 2-1 pitch. 3-1.
Get in there!
Garin drills it through the left side, a base hit. Batter now Dan Caron, who is 3 for 3 or 2 for 2, whatever he's been up there tonight. He's got a hit every time. And again, only 1 out in the series, and that was a line drive back to Babby. And here's his 2nd out. Tatro grabs. Throw comes to 2nd. There'll be no advance. Oh, Caron can't get a hit every time. Big Daddy Greg Fassett is going to pinch hit for Brian Foster. A year ago, he came off the bench in a key game against K&L and got on base. Babby delivers. Strike. 1-1. Glenn Fassett on deck. Line shot, base hit for the pinch hitter. Don't know why he doesn't play more often. He always hits well whenever he plays. Foster's going to come back in. Potential tying run is on base. Potential go-ahead run at the plate. Glenn Fassett, the batter, he has good power.
Favreau for Garrett there.
And Dale Favreau is going to run for Art Garin. So Custom Canvas pulling out all the stops here. Glenn Fassett at the plate. Takes strike 1. Mark Riel on deck. And on the top of the inning. Ball. 1 out. Ball. 2-1. Base hit. Bases are loaded. Go-ahead run is on. Glenn Fassett with the single. Mark Riel, the batter. 1 out. Tying run at 2nd. Go-ahead run at 1st. Alan Fassett to follow. Top of the 7th. Custom Canvas win and this series is over. They have a conference at the pitching rubber. They'll decide what they're going to do.
Goes to home. Step on the plate. That's on you.
Real hits it high, out of play. Strike one. Here's the pitch. Short. 1-1.
Goes to home. There you go.
Off Alan Babby's glove. Kelly Dragoon fires a bullet to the plate. It's 5-4. Off Babby's glove, he almost made a nice play, and I think Davison would have had it. Babby not hit it. And if he'd fielded it there, it probably would have been a double play ball. But now the tying run has moved to third to go ahead run to second. Alan Facette, the batter. 5-4 with one out in the top of the seventh. Short, ball one. Gary Facette on deck. Strike, 1-1. Hits off the pitching rubber. Off the pitching rubber. And that's what you call a bad hop single. Alan Facette says, I'll take it. The game is tied to go ahead run at third for Custom Canvas. Gary Facette, the batter. The Canvas bench may be being warned about keeping it quiet over there. Top of the order to follow Facette.
Come on, Gary, it's your turn, big guy.
Come on, Alan, back to the flow.
Babby delivers. Strike, hits the back corner. Gets away from Jeff Roselle. 1, 2, 3, 4 runs score. Roselle tried to make the shoestring to keep the damage to a minimum. And a 4-run come from behind lead here for Custom Canvas. Babby pitches to Scott McCormick. Ball one. Popped up. Roselle grabs. 2 down. Jim Wood, the batter now. Swallowing all this dust down here, I'm losing my voice. Wood hits it by Davison at third for a base hit. Tatro picks it up. Wood will stop at first. And I got some language in back of us. Little fan language. Keith Real, the batter. The pitch. Strike one. Hit to the right side. That's out of play.
Out of play, Johnny! Hey! You told me you were going to whip one up there! You said you were going to whip one! Turn on it! They don't call this bitch yours for nothing!
Way high.
Work it! Come on, Keith! Come on, get out there! Come on, Keith Riel! Be a hitter, baby!
9-5 the score. Hit back to Babby, knocks it down. Not going to make a play on it. Steve Chris at the plate. Art Guerin on deck. Strike one. Hard hit up the middle. This will score Wood. It's a 10-5 ball game. Runners at the corners. Chris keeps the inning going.
Make sure, Artie! Make sure!
Art Guerin steps in. There's a pitch from Babby. Hits it deep. Dragoon back. He's going to watch it go over the fence for a 2-run homer. That makes it 12-5. As Custom Canvas explodes for 9 runs here in the top of the 7th. Dan Karen delivers. Babby delivers ball. First one was no pitch, I believe. And Karen hits it to shortstop. He hasn't made too many outs, but he made 2 this inning. I don't think his teammates will let that bother him. It's 12-5. We're going to the bottom of the 7th.
Hey, never out of it! Never out of it!
We're being told it's 13-5. Randy Davison steps up for what is probably his last swing of the year. Flies to left field for out number 1. That brings up Jim Davison.
Hey, we're up for here, you guys!
Whatever it is, 12 or 13-5. Custom Canvas has dug Ubald into a hole that it is doubtful that they'll get out of. Ubald's the number 1 team in the A division. Is going to go down 3 straight to a fired up Custom Canvas club here in the league semifinals. Darren delivers. Strike. Ball. Winner of the series plays the winner of the Norm Baker and Son American Legion series. Keith Riel drops. Jim Davison in at second.
Get the L. That one, come on!
It ain't over till it's over, but to take a miracle comeback for Ubald. Ben Haley at the plate.
Scotty, play the middle.
Guerin delivers. Strike one. Roselle on deck.
Looking. Gary's looking.
Just
Take the
missed.
middle, Artie. No nice catch.
Ball 2.
Come on!
Strike.
Keep it deep on him. Good pitch.
Strike. 3. Haley goes down looking. He tells Jim Barron that he thought there's a lot of arc in that one.
Throw him out of here. We can't do that.
And Ben Haley's been asked to leave the ballpark. But Barron's been consistent. He's given that high arc to both teams, both pitchers. Haley was taking his time loading his bag, and Jim Barron has called the ball game. Gave him a time limit to get out of the dugout. He didn't do it. So this game is over. This series is over. The season is over for Ubald's Sunoco. It's either a 12-5 or 13-5 victory for Custom Canvas. They'll advance to the league finals for the second time in as many attempts. It's only their second year in the league. They'll advance to the league finals. They'll await the winner of the Norm Baker Legion Post 16-19 series. And that's the way it was here in Adirondack A Division Slow Pitch League action on this Thursday, August 23rd, 1990 at the Lester M. Rock Memorial Field in West Plattsburgh.